someone put something on your wife. And he said, what? And she said, someone who rubbed her stomach put something on your baby.
The prophet told you that?
A prophet. And how about me and X at this time? Because now he's so like getting so famous that we were like, we're going to keep shit to ourselves. And so no one knew about this.
Oh, what even okay, what
Nobody
was going
even
on
knew.
with your pregnancy?
No.
Wow.
And and we were like, what happened? And she said, the next time that she's pregnant, don't ever let someone touch her stomach. This is when the demonic stuff came in. We poor little Christians,
Yeah.
God is our everything. We fighting everything. And I was pregnant with a baby before we got married. But I was on the road with him and doing the survival of the illness. And that was his first tour. And someone touched, everybody was touching my stomach. And next thing you know, 5 months in, they looked at the baby. Everything was good. I went back and they said, the heart is on the other side, and I always mess that up. I always mess that up. Esophagus was that's when I learned that there's a drinking and an eating tube. They said it was just open. And I was like, what? Like,
right, what does that mean? What
does this mean? So they was just like, hopefully you go full term, and with some things we have to deal with. And I told Earl about it. We were like heartbroken. It was our second kid. And then our wedding was planning. He proposed, like, yo, it's time to get. So he was like, it's time to get married. Once we got in, like, I was totally like naive. Like, I was just like, I'm here with you. Like, nothing's changing. And then he came, was like, nah, we got to get married. He was like, because they don't respect you if you're not a wife in here. Like, he was just always so, and I was like, okay. And we were planning and everything. One day, my water just broke. Went to the hospital. Someone told us, a prophet, because now we in this business now. We deep. His 2 albums that came out, he did Belly. With the makeup staff, they did my makeup, and we're all talking about it. And someone said to me and X, they said, someone put something on your wife. And he said, what? And she said, someone who rubbed her stomach put something on your baby.
The prophet told you that?
A prophet. And how about me and X at this time? Because now he's so like getting so famous that we were like, we're going to keep shit to ourselves. And so no one knew about this.
Oh, what even okay, what
Nobody
was going
even
on
knew.
with your pregnancy?
No.
Wow.
And and we were like, what happened? And she said, the next time that she's pregnant, don't ever let someone touch her stomach.
Wow.
And we were like, this was the first intro to demonic stuff. Like, we were like, why would somebody do that though? Like, why? Like, and she said, listen, y'all need to be covered and protected, because you are reaching a level where God is taking you that you need to be covered and protected.
Quick PSA. We noticed that our listeners been praying for growth but have no system to stay consistent. So we're launching a private community built to fix that. I talk to people every day who love God, want better relationships, want discipline, but they're trying to do it all alone. We built a space focused on faith to build a strong foundation, family to improve our relationships, and fitness to improve our discipline, routines, and habits, with structure, accountability, and support built in. And when you lock in, your habits shift, your confidence builds, and your life gets aligned. Click the link in the description and join the wait list now before seats fill up. Let's get it.
And me and him, like, cause remember now we just, you see how I got initiated, like, I converted,
right.
And he just always had the Holy Spirit in him. So we don't even know, we ain't going to church. We don't have no pastor. We just like, wait a minute, it sounds like a serious situation right now. Like, what do we do? And we started to go to church and we started to learn about all this demonic stuff. But we didn't have time to focus on that, to be honest with you. We just knew that the next time, because I literally got pregnant again 11 months after. So I got married. I went into a dark place after I lost the baby. And I would say that's the first time he ever showed up emotionally. I've always been that emotional stability for him. I was gone. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. All I remember him giving me a bath and opening up curtains and saying, Tashera, the wedding is 5 days away. I could have lost you, but I didn't, because they said it was some kind of poison in me that if I didn't get out in time, we both could have died. So that attack was from me and the baby.
Wow.
And X was like, we got to do this, Tashera, we got to move forward. And I pulled myself together, and it was really just a blur. And then we had our second baby after that. But it changed us. It changed us. And on the road, he was like, nobody touch my wife. Nobody touch her stomach. Like, he was really animated. He was like, okay, wow, okay. Like, and he was serious.
Because y'all was introduced to spiritual warfare.
Yep.
And you knew that it was, stuff out there to really shut you down.
And exactly. And I knew this baby was totally functioning. And the next thing he wasn't, and it didn't make sense. And they were like, oh, this happens every once and I'm like, nah, how do you go from normal to not normal? But I still wasn't really ready and educated to what's to come. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what we did is we connected with a church. We started praying together. Well, we always pray together, but like with the pastors, we had a pastor always come and pray over our marriage every year. But we too busy to like really do, not real, we just like, okay, we know now we got to pray and make sure we cover ourselves.
Yeah.
But, I could really, I don't know what questions y'all have, but I could really say that, marriage is sacred. And I would tell any man or woman that, it don't matter if you're at the level that we were. The devil doesn't want to see us happy, and he doesn't want to see marriages succeed. Because what the devil not only came for me and X, he came for our kids. Because it's about the generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the next generation. And, I know that now because it happened to me. It happened to us. And by X stepping out, and this is what I'm just saying, like, because everybody has their issues, and I'm definitely not here to judge, but when I did the research on X, because I was trying to fix him, because for some reason he would always be so broken about what his mom and dad did to him, where I was just like, we got to move forward, we got to get past it. And he would never, them layers, he was just like, like he would just be like, no, like, and he would create other people. I met Earl, and first 10 years, me and Earl was beautifully and broke, like having so much great memories building. He got into the industry. He finally was able to birth DMX. Then DMX is the artist, the one that always wanted to be seen, always wanted, that knew that he had purpose. But he started to get fucked over so bad, and with it between his family and just, when I say family, I mean babies, trying to kill the babies, doing all this, and then, accountants, taking advantage. So then X was born. And this is someone who now I know has been through so much trauma on top of trauma without therapy, but only relying on God. And that's okay to only rely on God, but we live in a vessel that is very full of flesh. So we need therapy. We need a proper space that we can tear down those layers, so that way we can really be who we've been called to be without so much potholes in our soul.
Yeah.
Because he was such a great person, but he had so much damage, and he kept stepping out of our marriage. And I didn't know this, but that's where the devil was able to get a foothold in our marriage, in him, because it was sacred. It was in front of God. And that's why I never even questioned that X loved me. Like, I knew that he was looking for something that his mother didn't give him with these women.